Alright, this is a video today continuing our series on customizing your WordPress blog. Go ahead and go to your blog and log in. Remember, when you're going to log in, your blog is your domain name, / and wp-login.php. Recommend you add that to your favorites so you can just click and go ahead and do that. So today we're going to talk a little bit about CSS. This is just an introduction to CSS. I don't want to scare you too much. There's a lot to it. If you already know some HTML or CSS, you might want to go watch a different video. But anyway, on the appearance option on the left hand side, you can click the editor, and this is the super mondo powerful I am the ruler of the universe and have absolute power editor for your WordPress blog pages. You'll see all the PHP pages on the right hand side that are associated with this particular theme. In WordPress, most themes, every theme should have a header, footer, index page, theme functions, some specifics, maybe page with comments, page template, so on and so forth. And down here at the bottom in this particular listing, we see a style.css. So that page contains the CSS, which was the page that was already loaded, for this particular formatting set of instructions on the theme. CSS is an abbreviation for cascading style sheets, and what cascading style sheets are layers of files containing styling definitions for our web page. If you're more familiar with Photoshop or Flash or maybe After Effects lingo, you understand the concept of layers and how you can stack different kinds of looks on top of each other, layers with effects and so on, to gain an overall appearance. Cascading style sheets kind of do that with the HTML in your web page. So there is, in this particular file, we're looking at the Copyblogger theme once again. We have some comments up here, these little stars and slashes, asterisk and slash. That is beginning and ending of a comment section. This is the copyright information, the author information for the particular version of the Copyblogger theme we're looking at. Immediately after that, we have the body tag. And the body tag is an HTML tag that you can use to open and close the body section of a web page. And that is typically the section of the web page that you would see that has most of the text and the lower headings. When you look at a website, the divisions of the web page typically are, let's look at a post instead of these videos. The header section is usually up here at the top, and it will have the header logo, the main title of the web page. Then it will have a maybe menu bar, hopefully, for navigation purposes. And then down here below that menu bar, in this kind of white section of the web page, this is usually where the body occurs. Here we have some body text. We have a H3 heading, and that's probably an H1 heading. And this contains the content of most web pages down here in the body section. This is the stuff that usually changes. Normally the stuff in the header section doesn't change from page to page. So this specifies that the body will have a background color, a foreground color. We have a font, 62.5% Verdana and Sans Serif. These are our formatting options for the text and the background, foreground colors of what we are putting in the web page body. The formatting for CSS begins with a curly brace and ends with a closing curly brace, opening curly brace, closing curly brace, and then you have an attribute with a colon, and then you have a specific value for that particular attribute, and then you have a semicolon, and then you can list another attribute. This is kind of an inline way of doing that. A lot of CSS you will see formatted in this manner, with the actual attributes indented in a list kind of format, but that doesn't really matter because most browsers ignore white space when they should ignore white space when they're displaying your web page formatting. So this is an HTML tag that already exists. We also have an A as an href. The href tag is a way to create links in your web page. Here there is some formatting for links on our web page. This is a hexadecimal value. Anytime you see these 6 digits in CSS or HTML, that is the hexadecimal way of specifying a color attribute. You see this pound sign and this 6-digit number. Text decoration none usually means we take the underline off of links so that our menu bar doesn't have underlines appearing when we use those links. Here we have the visited attribute for the A tag or href tag. You may know it more by the href tag in HTMLEs. The visited option set, what that looks like is when we go to Google and we search the obligatory dog training. We find one of these we like, we click on it, and we go back to the search results. Oh, didn't let it load. Sorry. There's our page. We go back to our search results. What's it doing? Let's try this dog training on Wikipedia. The visited link color changes. I don't know why this one didn't change, but anyway, didn't let it load all the way, I guess. So that's what this option will set. When someone visits a link, it will change color. Hover changes the color of the text when you hover over it in the link. This one changes to that color. We have an image attribute which looks like it needs a colon there. I'm not sure about that. Block quote is an HTML tag. Code, paragraph tag, and HTML. These are all tags that already exist. Okay. You can also write your own user-defined kind of stuff. These are called classes. Whenever you write user-defined stuff, you're writing user-defined classes. This particular one is a Facebook subscribe class that we're going to use. We can set up how this thing will be formatted. Here's some formatting here. We use it again down here. This specifies the width and the alignment. Down here we have the link for that Facebook attribute, the A, being set to a particular image, our facebook.png button. We don't repeat because we're not tiling it. Sets the alignment for the text indent and the outline. Ooh, sorry about that. The outline to none. So you see the attributes set for the A for the Facebook class, Facebook subscribe class, are display, width, height, background, text indent, and outline. I think that is right. So anytime you see a semicolon, then you're going to look for a new attribute to be set to a value. And then we utilize that in our header.php page. We display the button by calling on that class that we wrote in CSS right here. We use a division or a div tag, specify the ID of the class right here, and then we give it the actual behavior we want the link to have. This is my text, just in case my button doesn't show up. And this is the Facebook user account that it's going to go to. So that is a brief introduction to using CSS. We'll get into some of the specifics of how you can use CSS to customize your web page later on. Thanks for stopping by. Check out our other videos, and hey, use those buttons that we're just talking about up here to subscribe to any of our channels.